we are going to make a film about making a movie.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Indianapolis Art Center and the video production class. How many of you have made a movie so far? So this is going to be your first movie?
Yes.
So here's some steps. I'll segue here because when we do editing, we can cut things out, we can do things including these slides. We can have a little shot where it's shown here, but then if we want to, we can take the slide itself as a graphic and put it right into our piece as we segue around. Some things to keep in mind is the types of movies. Animation or live action are two major categories. And inside of that you can have short or feature, which is just length of time. Fiction and non-fiction, those are the two main branches right off the bat that you get to decide on, whether it's going to be real or fiction and what the project that you do. In the non-fiction categories, there's things like documentaries, sports, you can get into commercials, advertising, music videos, machinima, industrial, video journalism, art, parodies, tributes, and in the fiction, some genres we've got going include action, adventure, comedy, crime, gangster, drama, epics, historical, horror, musical, science fiction, war, and westerns. You might think of any more? Because I know there's probably some I've left off. No matter whether you're doing a TV commercial, whether you're doing a music video, a feature-length film, something that's fiction or non-fiction, there's a few steps that are the same no matter what. First off, you've got to have a story. That's what the scripting is all about. We don't necessarily have to have a script full of dialogue, so we have to have at least a shot list to know what it is that we're going to be doing. So in pre-production, step 2, that's where we're going to decide things like budget. We have no budget. That's pretty easy. Casting, it's you. And storyboarding. So instead of a storyboard, we're going to be doing a shot list. Production, that's the lights, camera, action part, where we actually start shooting. Post-production, we need to think about sound mixing. It's the soundtrack, the music is going to be real important. This difference in sound in the music can make a big difference whether something is funny or scary. And step 5 is distribution. Our distribution in this modern age will be digital file that'll make it accessible to your parents to download, and also it'll be shared on YouTube. So now, this is your movie. I am the producer. You are the story writers, the directors, the cameramen, the lighting crew, and I will help you make it happen. So now, it's time to work on writing out, deciding what your movie is going to be about. My favorite part of the video production class is the very first day. And that's because the students get to pick out the project themselves. We start off learning about the different kinds of genres, different kinds of movies, and then we talk about the steps of production. And the first step is you gotta have a story. So what I like is that all the students are getting together, a group of kids that never met each other most of the time, and they have to work out what they're going to do with the movie. Come up with the idea, come up with a story, all on their own. I love watching the dynamics develop as everybody takes on different roles. Some people have better ideas, some people are note takers. And the whole idea though is that me as the instructor, I'm the producer. So I'm just going to make everything happen that I can, that they get the project that they want. But everybody else is going to have to be the director, the camera people, lighting, sound, editing. They're all going to do it themselves.
In the inscription or word. So
he said we don't need to find a script, so we just do whatever we want.
I mean, yeah.
He's on my phone. That's what he said earlier. Yeah.
Okay. So where's the final idea about movie of that movie?
Hey,
So it's the
Or we could just make a movie
on the right side, we don't need a
or
script.
a documentary about this
class.
class.
It's a documentary about
Wait, what?
This class.
Yeah, we can do that. That's actually not a bad idea. It doesn't involve money or getting million or comprehension.
Yeah. You like, okay.
Are you trying to break this?
Okay, so Kendall would be like making it.
No, he said we should make a documentary about this class and know that.
Okay.
You can interview kids about what their experience at the art center is. How much we have to gather little kids around.
Just interview us.
No,
What are you doing? I don't want to die. Stop.
Okay.
I think we should just do the documentary about this class.
We have only been in this class twice.
But every day is a new scene.
Yeah.
Progressive.
We're not in this class every day.
I mean every second.
Every class.
Every class is a new scene.
Then it would take like 2 months to make the movie.
Because every scene
But we
is one of these classes.
Oh my gosh, yes! Yes! We should do the process of making a movie. I mean, you know, recreate the first class. We should do the process of making a movie. Step 1 in each step or whatever.
Yeah.
Who's a professional at editing? Like, does anyone know how to
I
edit?
mean,
I can
this
edit.
could legit be the first.
Thank you. So it's
This is the first one right now.
Yeah.
us standing around.
This is it.
Honestly,
This is it. This is. This is
like,
I think we just go.
what would you do that movie about filmmaking in a reality show type of way? Like every time, someone behind the camera would ask questions to one of us,
Yeah.
and we would answer them, and then we would move on to the next person.
Okay. So reality TV show is basically a documentary.
Yeah. Except they don't ask questions in a reality show.
Well, I mean, but they take moments off camera and stuff. And
Questions, but not questions.
So
So what?
Yeah, let's do that, please.
Alright, so is this like
this is it.
Come on, move it.
like in a sense it's like a documentary?
In an office.
Yes.
A documentary in an office.
I think it's been very interesting. What has been going on so far, I think it was interesting. Instead of picking a main genre, we picked something a little bit different to be more unique. And I think it's been going good so far.
Alright, so we came up with the idea to kind of make a reality TV show, you know, kind of style with like a short film tied to it of the, you know, film class or film production class. And, you know, it was a long time till we could come up with it because for a while we just had some struggles with, you know, meeting new people. It was kind of weird at first, but eventually everyone came to a point where they agreed on it, and we've been doing it for a while. One of the most difficult parts of it is that we have to film almost everything. It's like, you know, you get to work as soon as you get here, and so yeah, that's been our idea so far. It's not been that difficult, but what I like about it most is that, you know, it just gives you a lot of experience with filming. You're always doing it, and so yeah, that's what we're doing. We've been doing interviews because, like I said earlier, you know, the reality TV show side, where we'll choose, you know, we'll get a specific director, we want to direct that scene, a specific person we want to interview. Then once that happens, you know, we get the lighting we want, which I like because, you know, it helps, you know, if someone in this class find out what kind of lighting they like and how to do it, especially when they want to make their own stuff and they're like, I know what I want to do with it. And so it's really helpful with that. And, you know, we got to learn we went to the library down there one time and we got to learn how to set up the barn door lights. I'm not sure, but
The good lights.
Yes. And they, you know, it was just a good experience to learn how to use, you know, cool equipment like that.
Okay.
I enjoyed
Yeah.
that.
That's great, Drew, thanks. Key to do something like this, Andrew, is move the camera. So I'm really wanting to shoot the setting up of the shot. The mechanics that are going on to make it happen. No, Andrew, come here a second. Okay, you're getting ready to be interviewed. So what's that feel like?
That's how it feels.
You're nervous?
Yes.
Oh, you're really shaking a little bit, aren't you?
Oh my god.
You ever thought about being a public speaker? Would you like to speak in front of 1,000 people up on a big stage?
No.
Not one of your favorite things to do? So what do you think they're going to ask you about? What are you going to talk about?
No. I'm so used to having a script.
A script. Well, how about if you just tell them what you experienced in the last few minutes? Let's say, well, we were sitting around and Miss Jenny was in the class today and we learned about clips and transitions. Did you have a favorite type of clip? I was talking about, I really like the L jump and
I don't remember what it was called, but it was like when they switched to the inside the person's mind, like the flashback one.
Oh yeah,
Like in horror movies. I really like that one.
yeah, the jump clip. I think that's the one. And then there was the insert clip.
This is
That,
ridiculous.
so I think they might have had a combination of that where there was that insert clip going on. So you can talk about that. Talk about what you saw, what the favorite clip you had, stuff like that. Okay. Just like we're talking now, except I'm doing all the talking.
Yeah.
All you got to do is say a word, and the rest of it will just keep following.
We know.
So do you think Adobe Premiere looks kind of complicated?
Yeah.
Now you're missing all this over here. No, go ahead. We got her enough. See, you've already had some practice. You have a camera on you the whole time. You talk, you're still alive.
Ah.
All right, you live. Okay, I think they're ready for you over here.
No.
Let's check.
Drew, tell them what to do.
Alright, first, let me finish studying.
Okay, I can't get this to not do this.
See this? Tighten up. Did you unscrew this so far?
Okay,
That's
I'm good.
good.
I don't know.
I think you might have.
Got it.
So when you're talking, just look at him and on the camera.
Whatever.
I had an idea for someone, since there is that empty space, you could have someone else sitting there, like, asking questions.
Exactly.
A more realistic, like a conversation way.
Okay?
And then it'd be like, you'd be answering the questions sort of add to the reality.
Okay, who's that person gonna be?
Andrew.
Yeah, that.
Okay, Andrew, have a conversation with Ellen.
Alright. How do you think this class has gone so far today?
Well, it's gone pretty okay. I mean, I didn't have coffee, so I was kind of zoning out a lot. So, yeah, that happened.
What did you think of the Premiere Pro?
Terrifying.
You know, why is it terrifying to you?
Technology does not like me.
Okay. Why? Does not like you. Why do you think that?
It does not like me because it just screws me over most of the time.
Okay.
Yep.
Do you think if you had more help with it, you would be less terrified?
Yeah. Yeah, it probably would be.
Okay.
Okay, that's good. Way to go, you did it.
Turn out before
I thought we were going to work about video production and make our own movies on separate. I think my experience in this class, I'm learning a lot more about video production, and these tips could help me, like in the future when I want to become a film director. And yeah, that's it.
This is probably the most professional thing.
What are you working on?
I'm working on editing
Probably my life.
a clip and doing sequences so that the two cameras just switch to one at different points in time.
A multi-camera sequence.
Yep.
All right, how's it going?
I think it's going pretty good so far.
What's got you scratching your head? What has you scratching your head?
We're just trying to find something that's worthwhile. I mean, we only have, it's a short film, and we don't have a lot of time to film. So you have to find things that you really want to be in it. And since we have so much footage, you're like, okay, gotta find this. And then you doubt yourself. It's just complicated.
You need to watch this. We're real close to where we're going to put an endpoint. An endpoint is where the movie's going to start. See that little bracket right there? When you hover over, it's going to tell you mark in. And also in parentheses, let you know what the keyboard command is, which is I for in. What do you think the keyboard command is for the out point?
Oh.
Oh, very good. What are you working on?
The footage of me being awkward and nervous.
Oh, no, don't tell me you're editing your own scene.
I am.
I don't know if we should allow that.
It's too late now.
Oh, no.
How does that look?
You know, move it on that. Not just move it on that.
There we go, that way it doesn't fall. Yeah, we're gonna need you to scoot a little more from there, okay? There we go.
The class is really interesting so far. I didn't think that there would be like so many steps and processes to like even little things like setting up lights or I don't know, outlining a script, creating a scene, and I don't know, I think it's pretty neat.
What did you expect from this class?
I'm not really sure what I expected. I did think that we were going to make our own movies, but I'm glad that we're not. I think that would have been a little bit, I don't know, just complicated for everyone to try to do their own thing at once, so I'm glad that we're all working as a group.
Do you plan on making a blockbuster movie?
Probably not. This is probably the most professional thing, movie-wise, that I'll be doing probably in my life. But it's good to dream, I guess.